Peace. Kofa, G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Wake your ugly ass up. What is going on, y'all? I did not have this plan. Something just came across my timeline. I had to talk about. I had to wear my God hat for this one. I know if you don't believe it's okay, you still welcome in, but I had to wear it to cover my damn self after looking at this crazy ass story. Like always, when you come in, make sure you hit the like button for me. Take your shoes off when you come in the house. Hit the like button for me. It's free. Hit the subscribe for me if you're new here. I appreciate everybody being in here. I am your host, Kofa, K-O-F-A, not coffee, not kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. This is G.R.O.W.T.H podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I'm going to go ahead and get into this shit tonight. As you can see on the thumbnail, if you're catching the replay, a mom and a daughter deleted the grandma.
But wait, it gets worse.
Not only did the mother and daughter delete the grandma, of course, they happen to be two black women. The daughter's only 19. So that makes her a grown-ass woman. She could potentially be going to jail.
But wait, it gets worse.
After grandma was deleted, the daughter found her body, and helped the mother chop grandma up with a chainsaw. Go ahead and get the Godfather in here.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
So, being that this is off the cuff, did all the research I feel I need to do. Let's slide over here to the news article, because this is ridiculous. This is from the New York Post. As you can see, mom, daughter allegedly butchered grandma with chainsaw, grilled her body parts.
But wait, it gets worse.
So the deleted grandmama hid the body, chopped her up, then grilled her. Let's go ahead and read. Again, I'm reading because I know other people are busy. You are picking up kids, you're driving, you're doing other things. But I'm going to read this article to you. It is from a reputable source known as the New York Post. This was published on June 7th of 2023, so roughly 2 days ago. A twisted Maryland mom and daughter are charged with dismembering the family's matriarch with a chainsaw, then grilling the body parts to get rid of them, following a fight about a credit card, cops say. So this come down to a family dispute about money. But again, y'all don't like us talking about crazy ass violent black women. I'll be damned. And yes, you can see, let me bring this up real quick. Right in there in the middle, Zion Williamson drama escalates. His third woman speaks out. He's a nasty ass sex addict. I got to circle back on that one. But now we're going to talk about these crazy ass black women. Sorry. Margaret Craig, 71, had been dead for more than a week when police made the grisly discovery Friday at the Kins Hill Road home in Landover during a welfare check. This was somewhere in Maryland, I guess Landover, Maryland. When the officers entered the basement, they immediately smelled the odor of decomposition, the Prince George's County Police Department said in a statement. A preliminary investigation conducted by homicide detectives has determined that Margaret's daughter, 44-year-old Candace Craig, allegedly killed her, deleted her. Sorry, YouTube. Deleted her on May 23rd. The following day, her 19-year-old daughter, Celia Hardy, allegedly helped Craig dispose of her grandmother's body. According to the police, Craig answered the door and allowed cops to look for the older woman, knowing good and goddamn well she had already been dead. Now, this is the granddaughter allowing them to search the house, knowing the grandma had already been deleted by the mother. Let's see. 40-year-old Candace Craig. Well, all of them are Craigs. Okay. So maybe the daughter let him in, but still crazy as hell. Let's keep going. There goes the mother. Again, these are regular degular ass chicks that we're supposed to accept that they have children. Men, I know I'm conflating the two, but I'm piecing it together for a reason. This is the type of stuff we're supposed to walk into and be a man of the house and be able to put our foot down and be a leader, and all these other red pill dudes and alpha men beating their chest talking about what they would and wouldn't allow in their house, all that type of stuff. Or try to convince you that you might be missing out on a woman if she's a single mother. Anyway, not saying this couldn't happen with a woman who didn't have children, but again, this is just another red flag. So you basically got 3 generations of women, like we always say, a grandmother, a mother, and a child that are all manless. Now, granted, the grandchild is 19, but if she's old enough to dismember a body, then you go do the math on that one. Let's keep reading. In the basement, they observed blood and tissue on the floor near 3 white plastic trash bags, according to the charging documents obtained by the news outlet WJLA. The cops said they also found what appeared to be brain matter inside of one of the bags and noticed a knife on the floor, which later vanished. Additional cutting instruments, the cover of a chainsaw, cleaning materials, and blood spatter were observed throughout the cellar, reeking of putrefaction. Grandma had been down there over a week. There go Grandma. And the daughter. This is wild. Y'all be trying to clown men for being mama's boys and all that shit, but I couldn't imagine offering my own mama and then dismembering her. And look what it says in the fine print. Let's get to the fine print real quick. Margaret Craig left, 71, that's Grandma, scroll back up, was deleted in an unknown manner. They did such damage to the body that they couldn't even figure out how she actually perished. Was deleted in an unknown manner on May 23rd after she allegedly threatened to report her daughter to the police for suspected credit card fraud. So once again, shit that black men see all the time and we comment about, but we're fucking evil when we goddamn do it. Y'all asses have these kids. Y'all not these boss bitches. Let me bring it back on me so I can go ahead and get a good rant in. Y'all not these boss bitches that you fucking say you are. You're probably struggling trying to help that child get in school, do whatever else. Bitch, I get it. I'm a fucking single father. Trust me, I get it. But when y'all bitching and moaning to the goddamn moon that black men ain't shit, you got it on your own once a goddamn again. This is 3 generations of women all in and out the same house. No man around. Grandma ain't got a man. Mama obviously don't have a man. The daughter doesn't have a man or boyfriend. She's 19. She's a little bit young, but I'm throwing that shit in there because I'm looking at the tree she came from. So Grandma is accusing the daughter of credit card fraud, probably using her shit to go buy something, do something, pay something off, which is what black men aren't fucking stupid about. We see this shit on a regular, consistent basis with a lot of single mothers, but no, we're fucking misogynists. We're crazy as hell. We're mean. We're evil. We're abusive. We're narcissists for calling out this type of bullshit. But grandmama catches the daughter, accuses her, lets her know that, hey, I'ma call the police because I guarantee you this isn't the first time. She's sick of that shit. And now the daughter, in an unknown manner, deletes her own mama, then recruits her daughter to help her clean up. Let me finish reading this article. Let me see who I got in here. Let me move that back. I done got fucking hot as fish grease now. God damn it. And not in a good way. Yeah, Quiet Storm in the building says, wow, not grandma, shaking my head. I'm over here literally.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
I am pissed off about this one. But that's okay. Let's keep on. Let's go back to the article. I got y'all. Had to get a little mini rant in there. There we go. Let's keep going. Let me scroll up so I can read more. But that was the mother and the daughter. The grandmother and the daughter that deleted her own damn mama. Crazy bitch. When interviewed by detectives, Hardy allegedly told them that her grandmother had accused her mother of credit card fraud and threatened to turn her into the police, reported to the news channel W.T.H. Now look at this. The daughter done started telling, because guess what? The daughter ain't been through shit. The daughter's only 19, the granddaughter. She's only 19. So she in there scared, thinks she probably gonna help her mama out, because she go ahead and start talking, right? When interviewed by detectives, Hardy allegedly told them that her grandmother had accused her mother, so she's the one that gave it up, of credit card fraud, and then threatened to turn her into the police. The two women began arguing, with the dispute escalating to a physical attack that resulted in Margaret's death, according to the records, which do not indicate how the woman was killed. The next day, Hardy discovered her grandmother's body stuffed inside a blue plastic container in her bedroom, and allegedly helped her mother get rid of it. That's fishy as hell to me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, because why would you stash the body in the daughter's bedroom? Unless you trying to pretend like you came home late or something, and then the daughter maybe did something. I don't know. That shit just weird to me. Y'all let me know if I'm reaching, if I'm being a little bit extra. I tell y'all I watch this shit all the time. These damn Snapped and Law and Orders, that's up my alley. That's why I ended up getting a degree in criminal justice. But let's continue. Why would she hide that body? Yeah, this was in Landover, Maryland. It's a goddamn shame. After that, Candace Craig and her daughter dismembered the body, I believe using a chainsaw, and then attempted to dispose of the parts of the body using fire on a grill and in a bonfire, said Assistant State's Attorney Jessica Garth. By the time police arrived 10 days later, the rotting remains had been mutilated beyond recognition. But prosecutors said that they are confident that DNA testing will confirm that the body parts found at the crime scene belonged to the grandmother. To say it's disturbing is an understatement, said Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy. It's horrifying. It is. Somebody need to seriously have a fucking question with black women. I'm sorry. Y'all can talk all the shit you want to. A little over 2 years ago, a little over two years before the carnage, Candace posted a sweet Mother's Day message on her Facebook page, gushing that her mom was the number one woman in her life. I hope you have an awesome and peaceful day, she wrote on May 9th, 2021. I don't get to say this every day, but I love you very much to the moon and back. Hardy chimed in, writing in a comment, Happy Mother's Day, Grandma and Mommy, followed by 3 heart emojis. Let's keep on going, because they ended up being a goddamn lie. Candace has been charged with first and second degree murder, deletion. Her daughter is facing one count of accessory after the fact. The mom is due in court for preliminary hearing on July 3rd. Both she and Hardy are being held without bond.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
Don't worry. Let's hear. Hold on.
But wait, it gets worse.
Let's hear from some of the news and the witnesses. Let's do that. Let's hear from some actual people. Here goes the video. Bring this back. Oh, that's the audio. And go back to share the screen. There we go. All right, here y'all go.
Two women, a mother and daughter, accused of killing their grandmother, remain in jail. It's a gruesome story, one our Katie Barlow heard in court today. She's in Landover with the details.
This house behind me on Hill Road in Hyattsville, Maryland, is where 44-year-old Candace Craig is accused of murdering her mother and then recruiting her daughter, Celia Hardy, to help her dismember the body and burn it. Candace Craig is facing first-degree murder charges, while her daughter is facing charges for being an accessory after the fact. Today, a judge in Prince George's County said both women must remain behind bars for now. They're a threat to the safety of the community.
So just the thought of people who are in your lineage, people who are supposed to be carrying on your legacy, being a part of your demise is almost unbelievable.
The assistant state's attorney said that this is one of the worst murders she has seen during her time in office. Police say they were called for a welfare check by a witness who speaks regularly to 71-year-old Margaret Craig and said they hadn't heard from her in days. Police searched the house and say they found human remains on trash bags, along with blood splatter in the basement and more human remains on a chainsaw. Prosecutors say the two women dismembered the body, then tried to burn it on a grill behind the house.
Something was kind of suspicious because Memorial Day, they had their grill further down from the house, from the house. Usually have their barbecues close to the house. That kind of got suspicious. I didn't see nobody at the grill, nobody bringing anything out to the grill, so I didn't pay much more attention to it.
They had one of those a barrel type grills.
Yes.
And they had the charcoal sitting beside, and then they had like a little table with the umbrellas.
The grandmother is still technically a missing persons case. The DNA that was collected here at the crime scene is being analyzed as we speak, and the two women are set for their next court date in July in Prince George's County. Back to you guys.
Once a goddamn again. You can't make this shit up, man. But I know people say, oh, Kofa, you making shit up. You digging a little bit too deep into it. It's not that serious with the single mothers. Y'all need to understand. When black women are out here fucking complaining about all this goddamn childhood trauma, all the shit they done been through, as black people, we have been trained not to blame mama. I'm not saying this older lady did that. But I would like to know the ins and outs of that family dynamic. Because if she caught her stealing from her... Oh, let me bring these comments up. Once again, I am quite sure this is not the first time. Grandma got sick of that shit. This is why she threatened to call the police this time. That's just my belief. Don't act like I'm the only one that got crackhead cousins in the goddamn family. We've seen this shit before. I promise you, I'm digging and doing my best to do the research to see if there's an uptick in violence amongst black women. And the thing is, I think I'm having such a hard time because I'm a paralegal by trade, so I know how to fucking research and cross-reference. I'm good at what the fuck I do. And I'm struggling with this shit. You know why? I don't even believe they're counting the numbers. I believe America is so goddamn trained to still go out here and look for violence among young black men and black men in general. They're not, this ain't even the type of shit that's on their radar to try to research. Let me dig a little bit deeper onto this. This is not, if this was IPV, intimate partner violence, if a man was beating the hell out of his woman or did the same thing that these women did to their grandmother and mother, this will be all across social media. A man cooked a deleted woman on the grill. Oh, we'll hear about this for a while. Black women would be eating this shit up. Black men, I keep fucking telling y'all, understand this is a men-centric channel. So even when I'm talking about shit like this that doesn't have anything to do with red pill or the manosphere or men's content or whatever the fuck you used to listening to, I promise you, I'm going to bring it back down to black men. I don't just talk out my ass for no goddamn reason. It's for a purpose. I'm 41. This woman's 44. Somebody in my family, mostly the women, somebody in your church, somebody at your job will try to convince you this is the type of woman that you need to get with because she's a single mom and they need help. Or they don't need your help, but now you're more established. Her child grown. She 19. You don't got to worry about her. We've heard all this. Now imagine being the man in that household. And it's a lot of y'all bitch-made ass dudes out there. See, I didn't use the N-word. It's a lot of y'all bitch-made ass dudes out there that would turn around and help your old lady get rid of her mama body.
But wait, it gets worse.
Then the mom convinces the daughter to assist with dismembering and grilling her mother. And the child did it. You know why? Either out of fear of, oh shit, I could be next if she'll do this to grandmama, or out of straight up fucking loyalty. You know why? Because I keep telling y'all ass, in the black community, it's Jesus, then black mothers, then Obama and Beyonce. But because this woman, I know what you're saying, well, if it's black mothers, why would she do that to her own mother, Kofa? Don't worry about it. I got you. Because she's a mother herself. So she's on the same level as her mother because she done pushed the child out of her body. So getting rid of her mother wasn't shit to her. Wasn't no phone call of, oh, it was an accident. Me and my mama got to arguing. I got too close. I scared her. She fell. She hit her head. None of that took place. Which lets me know she intentionally put hands on that older woman. And then when she realized that grandma was gone, I'm going to try to hide her body in my daughter's room. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to try to hide the body in my daughter's room. Now, granted, the daughter came home, figured out what happened. Mom recruits the daughter. They get rid of the body, or try to. But didn't I tell y'all a while ago? So many black women don't give a fuck about their own goddamn children. So I know they don't give a damn about a man. She put her daughter in a situation where now she's getting charged with, getting rid of a body, tampering with evidence, things of that nature. Now this daughter could have not came home. What if she wanted to kick it with her friends a little bit longer? Right? I'm just creating a scenario. Don't pay me no mind. Just a Kofa-ism. I'm creating a scenario because I'm trying to get in the head of this fucking criminal of a mother. Because that's what I do at my job. So y'all seeing kind of, you getting toothpick Kofa and paralegal 9-to-5 Kofa at the same fucking time. Because when I'm doing paperwork, this is the shit I got to think when something's missing. So it sends me down the right rabbit hole so I can go do my goddamn due diligence of research when I'm taking care of these cases. Mom leaves the body in the daughter's room. Daughter just happens to stay out a little bit longer with a friend. Mom leaves the house. She knows the mother is already dead, right? So she leaves the house, doesn't come back to the next day, or calls the daughter. Maybe the daughter comes home before the mom. Now the mom gets to act surprised like the daughter did something to grandma. Do y'all see where I'm going? For those of y'all that watch Snap, Law and Order, some of that shit is real. When we're sitting back having to figure out these cases, and I'm getting information from the police. I'm getting things after the investigation and things are done if we're going to trial. So after we get that stuff, I still got to find ways to either, because I work on the prosecutor side, I work on the side of the government, I got to figure out ways in my paralegal brain, what can the defense come with that can poke holes in our story, even though we got airtight evidence, just to ensure that my lawyers can go into the damn courtroom and fucking win. So this isn't far-fetched. Now, some people may say, Kofa, you're digging. But again, you're getting paralegal Kofa. I got to flesh out all this shit before I give the final paperwork and cases to my attorney. I got a job to do too. They got to go in there and argue. Yes, they make more money than me. A hell of a lot more money. But I got less student loan debt than them. So there's always a fucking win.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
Let me continue. Now, when I give them that shit, sometimes they come back and ask me questions. Sometimes they're going through things and they'll ask me to look at, okay, did you think about this? Okay, cool. I can look at that a different way. What do you think about this strategy? I don't know if that one's going to work. Especially if it's somebody that I've worked against or our office has worked against on the other side of the defense. I know that defense attorney. He's a stickler for X, Y, and Z. So if you don't ask this question or you ask open-ended questions, you're screwing yourself. Did you think about these questions? I'm giving y'all a little bit of my world. Let me get back to the main topic of this woman deleting her mama. But when I read that article, that's what I heard. She stashed the body in the daughter's room to try to set the daughter up. That's my opinion. Sounds crazy. Either way, they got both of their ass. The daughter comes home on time, early, whatever. Mom convinces the child to help me get rid of grandma. Grandma accused her of credit card fraud, swiping her shit without asking. And she just went the fuck off and deleted her own goddamn mama. Let me take a fucking break for a second. Let me sip this water, then I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Hold on. Peace to the Growth family. Quiet Storm, Mona D. I feel like we've been kicking it all day from Theo Live to Drew. Quiet Storm, I know I saw you in Obsidian over there. Let's see. Quiet Storm says, I hope they don't get any bail. No, I think they've been held without bond. Quiet Storms, I'm not a lick, and I damn sure ain't the cleanup man. Take the ish back to your baby daddy. For real, for real. That's what I was saying. Imagine being the stepdad, the new guy in the situation. Because that's what happens a lot of times, gentlemen. This is why I harp on that type of lifestyle or relationship all the time. Because now, again, you got 3 generations of women, no man in the house. You're going to be doing everything. Car wash, grass, hedges, fix this, do that, grill that, so and so. Then they start loaning you out to their other family members. The other cousins that don't have no damn man. Then she need her car wash. She need her grass cut. She need help with her son. Y'all let me know when I start lying. Mona says, this is sad. It really is. Mona says, hey, everybody. Yes, y'all, please come through. Like the video. It's free. If you're new in here, hit the subscribe button for me. Subscriptions are also free. If I have to earn your subscription, that's fine. But you might as well go ahead and hit it because I'm going to keep cooking like this. This is off the cuff today. I wasn't even planning this. I just saw this article. And the crazy thing is, my daughter asked me about this a couple of days ago. And I was like, no, I didn't hear about nobody chopping up grandma with a chainsaw. Did you hear about those 2 girls that stabbed their mama in the back? I think it was some twins. I started talking about that. Then I look up today and here the damn article is. But this shit pissed me off again because there's a lineage to it. Just like the DA said. You thinking about somebody carrying on your legacy and they done offed your ass. And I know you already gone, but then they dismember you. Now y'all got, like, let's think about that shit for a second, man. all bullshit, all red pill, all YouTube talking points, all gender war bullshit aside, what the fuck is going on with black women? What the fuck is going on with y'all? And I know it's not all y'all. Shout out to Mona D. Shout out to Bella Rings. Shout out to a bunch of sisters that's been through here and said, what's up? I know y'all solid. But realistically, I have to ask the question, because even with those solid sisters, they got children. They got boys. So when these young men get out here and start dating, do they know how to look for these red flags? I'm just asking. And yes, low key, sorry sisters, single motherhood is a red flag. It needs to bring up questions. It's part of the vetting process, gentlemen. Stop feeling bad. I'm talking to you like this because I wish somebody talked to me like this. It is a red flag. I should have asked more questions when I was dealing with certain people. But because we're so trained and ingrained as black men that black women have kids, it'll be okay. If you can't step in and be a real man, then just stay away from her. I'm not the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. We hear this shit growing up. And then when we find ourselves in these fucked up positions later on, nobody feels bad for you. And nobody's coming to help. No matter how much pain, emotionally, physically, financially that you go through. You see sis just tried to set up Travis Rudolph. I still got to review her on the stand. I'm glad the brother is free. I'm glad he's out. But I still got to go through and walk us through how she was acting when she was on the fucking stand. Cold-hearted bitch. And we thought that shit was a joke when she was on the stand getting smart and snarky with the attorneys, those of us that watched the trial. Fast forward a couple of days, and here we are, and this woman has deleted her own fucking mama over money. Then took a chainsaw to her. Then didn't even have the decency to try to bury her in the backyard, or you done got rid of the body and its remains, and maybe you took it to a field and buried something. You just leave her rotting corpse, pieces of it, in the basement for 10 days, and God bless. This is another thing. It's so many lessons in just this one article. You see that grandma had contact with somebody every day, whether it was a neighbor or somebody that drive by and see her on the porch and they stop and talk with her, whatever the case may be. The article said it was somebody that knew this woman well enough to know to stop and call the police and say, hey, I haven't heard from Miss Craig in a few days. This is not like her. Sure enough, the police go there, and just like the news report said, what's going on, y'all? I see more of y'all coming in. I don't know who all was watching. I'll bring this article back up just to play the audio. Let me see if it comes back up. I'm gonna bring this back up for everybody that's coming in now. This is the article that I'm sitting here ranting and raving about. Let me let the video come back up. I'm not gonna read through the actual article. I'm just waiting for the video to load. But they left her body in there rotting, and somebody again had the presence of mind to call and say, hey, I haven't talked to Miss Craig in a while. This is unlike her. Can you go by and do a welfare check? They go by and do a welfare check, and that's what they find. No, I don't want that. Put it there. God damn it, thing. Stay. Okay. I'm gonna rewind to y'all that I'm gonna play it for those that just coming in new, but this is what I'm over here ranting and raving about on a goddamn Friday afternoon. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it in the chat. Drop a 1 for me. Here it go.
30 mother remain in jail. It's a gruesome story. One Katie Barlow heard in court today. She's in Landover with the details.
This house behind me on Hill Road in Hyattsville, Maryland, is where 44-year-old Candace Craig is accused of murdering her mother and then recruiting her daughter, Celia Hardy, to help her dismember the body and burn it. Candace Craig is facing first-degree murder charges, while her daughter is facing charges for being an accessory after the fact. Today, a judge in Prince George's County said both women must remain behind bars for now. They're a threat to the safety of the community.
So just the thought of people who are in your lineage, people who are supposed to be carrying on your legacy, being a part of your demise is almost unbelievable.
The assistant state's attorney said that this is one of the worst murders she has seen during her time in office. Police say they were called for a welfare check by a witness who speaks regularly to 71-year-old Margaret Craig and said they hadn't heard from her in days. Police searched the house and say they found human remains on trash bags, along with blood splatter in the basement and more human remains on a chainsaw.
I'm gonna pause it right there. But again, y'all just heard that part. Quiet Storm says shout out to the neighbor. Yes, shout out to them or whoever it was that spoke to this lady. This was the point I was making about my rant. Y'all talk with y'all neighbors, at least the ones on the left, right of you, directly across the street. I stay in kind of like a circle area. I'm not gonna call it, it's not a cul-de-sac. It's like if you come on the main street and you turn on my street turns to a circle and it leads you back out to the main street. So I can honestly say I know roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about roughly 6 or 7 of my neighbors that are immediately right there with me. So I think I'm good. So when I'm gone on military duty, I really don't have to worry about my house. It matters, y'all. That's why I say there's so many stories in this. Let it keep playing.
The two women dismembered the body, then tried to burn it on a grill behind the house.
I thought something was kind of suspicious because Memorial Day, they had their grill further down from the house, from the house. Usually have their barbecues close to the house. That kind of got suspicious. I didn't see nobody at the grill, nobody bringing anything out to the grill. So I didn't pay much more attention to it.
They had one of those a barrel type grills.
Yes.
And they had the charcoal sitting beside, and then they had like a little table with the umbrellas.
The grandmother is still technically a missing persons case. The DNA that was collected here at the crime scene is being analyzed as we speak, and the two women are set for their next court date in July in Prince George's County. Back to you guys.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up. No.
All bullshit aside, make sure y'all can still hear me through my rant. I appreciate everybody being in here. This was, like I said, this was straight up off the cuff today. I saw this article and was like, fuck it, I was going live. Then I was like, well, shit, I'm not going to go live because Drew was on live and then he ended up getting off. I was like, well, fuck it. I guess that's an omen for me because I was feeling a kind of way. Peace. What's going on, Jason? Appreciate you stopping in, brother. Good luck to y'all tonight. I think y'all going to even it up at home. Yes, peace to the G.R.O.W.T.H fam. But this is ridiculous, y'all. Y'all just heard that I read through the article. So the article, yeah, Mona, everybody was cooking and going. And that was unorthodox for Drew. Yep. Yeah, Jason, I think you hopped in a little bit. You can rewind it a little bit, brother, but I've been going off. I played the article, the news report like twice. So I didn't want to bog anybody else down with it, but you can rewind it back. But yeah, a mother and daughter deleted the grandmother because the grandmother caught the mom basically using her credit card as soon as she was going to accuse her and call the police about credit card fraud. Some type of fight ensues. The grandmother gets deleted and she tries to hide the body in the daughter's room. Daughter comes home, convinces the daughter to help her get rid of the body. They use a chainsaw and other cutting tools is what the news article said. Obviously they didn't know what they were doing because they left skin and body matter on the cutting tools and then tried to grill grandma into ashes, tried to burn her up on the grill. The neighbors are thinking they're barbecuing, but just like the one white neighbor just said, It seemed a little strange because they moved the grill so far away from the house and I didn't see anybody bringing and taking things back and forth to the grill. Which means they probably, again, paralegal Kofa, which means they probably put that stuff on there in the dead of night, early in the morning, went out there and lit it and tried to burn it up where nobody could see them carrying trash bags to and from. Because when the police got there, they found 3 trash bags of what's presumed to be grandma. And it's so fucked up, this lady can't even rest in peace, P-E-A-C-E, because of what they did to her. And peace is, she can't even rest in peace because she's technically not even deceased. You just heard the news report. Technically right now, she's still just a missing person until the DNA comes back. But again, shout out to the neighbor or whoever that person was that was constantly in contact with her. You know how you got your neighbors, especially old folks, they retired. You can damn near set your clock to what they do. Hell, I work from home most of the time. I'm out in my garage smoking a cigar. When it started to warm up a couple of months ago, well, like last month when it really started warming up and sticking, that's why y'all see me out back so much. Because I'm usually in the garage when it's cold and I got my space heater. So my neighbors walking their dogs, they see me, I see them. It's a dude, I guarantee you, tonight while I'm in the garage, because I'm going to have garage theater up. For those that know about garage theater, watching the game, there's a guy, by the time the third quarter is getting ready to be over, he's going to be walking his dog. I don't know why. I don't know what he does for a living, but he stays around the corner from me. But he always walks his dog past my house like 10:30 at night. So before the game actually goes off, he's going to pass my house about third quarter, fourth quarter-ish. Why he walks his dog that late, I don't know. It's another older lady, stays further down the street. She walks her dog past my house. She's going to come by around the time that the game is starting. Probably about 8:39 because she's going to wait for the sun to go down so it's not so hot. I wish I was making this shit up, but I know my neighbors. Tell on myself. When it got warm and I was in the back and I started doing videos from the back, for those remember that when I was going live every day in May, when I was in the backyard, when I had a string of those, it was a couple of days, my neighbors were like, oh, we thought you were on military duty. We didn't see you in the garage. Oh, no, I was out back. Little things like that. Please start paying attention to that. This isn't just a men-centric channel. Well, it is. But I want y'all to, who's ever in earshot of my voice, who's ever under the auspices of my voice, I need y'all to be safe. Man or woman, young or old, gay or straight, black or white. Be safe. Take inventory, like I always say, but take inventory of your surroundings. Even if the 2 neighbors I mentioned to walk their dog, I don't know them, but I know them. Y'all dig what I'm saying? I've never been to their house. We've never broken bread before. But when I see them in public, we speak. We know each other because that's at least my neighbor. Simple stuff. It's a dude to stay around the corner. His dog got out. I thought I had a new dog because the dog didn't have a name collar on it. It had a collar, so I knew he belonged to somebody, but it didn't have a name on it. So what did I do? I called one of my other neighbors. Hey, bruh, do you know anybody with a solid brown pit bull? Hell no, man. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That's old boy on the corner. Hold on. Now he stays on his side of the corner. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, they walked around the corner. Dude came, got his dog. I like, hey man, I had put everything in the Nextdoor app. I just thought to call him because she was just out walking around. Beautiful pit. I was like, I thought I had me a dog. He's like, nah, man, my kids will lose their mind. Thank you for holding on to her. Fed the dog, watered the dog, everything. My neighbor, don't know him, but you know him. No, start paying attention, man. So again, back to the topic. Thank God for this lady's neighbor or friend or whoever that know they didn't hear from Miss Craig around the usual time. Because when General Hospital go off, she always call me within the next 10 minutes so we can talk about it. Whatever happened, whoever had that presence of mind, something's wrong. They called.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Something is wrong. Let me call the police so they can at least do a welfare check. And they went by, checked on her. She's deceased, presumably, until the DNA comes back. But there's enough evidence, obviously, where the mother and the granddaughter, where the daughter, the grown daughter and the granddaughter, y'all know what I'm talking about, have been arrested and held without bond. Now, the mom's going to jail for the rest of her life. Y'all already know that. So grandmama gone. Think about this being 19 years old. Your grandmama is deceased. Your mama did it. And your mama going to jail for the rest of your life after she convinced you to help chop up your own grandmama and burn her up trying to get rid of evidence. Think about the psychological damage that's going to happen to that girl. This is why I wanted to dig into this shit. Because now she's 19. She's charged with one charge of tampering with evidence or improper disposal of a body, whatever it is, or accessory after the fact. One charge. She's not going to do a lot of time in prison. She's not even going to be on papers that long if we're going to be real about it. So she's going to be a grown woman with this fucked up ass trauma in her caused by her black mother. And guess what? One of our nephews or sons is going to be expected to date this woman and not vet her by asking real family questions. She can move, change her name, change her identity, change her look, all that shit. She get to make up whatever story. She don't got to tell them the truth. Hey, my mother deleted my grandmother and had me help her chop up the body. That's going to be too big of a red flag. You think she's going to share that information? By the time she's really into adulthood, I say 24, 25, 26 maybe. You think she's really going to start sharing that information? Do you think the trauma that's going to come out in her relationships is going to look like something violent within the next 5 to 10 years? Let me slide over here to these comments. Move some stuff around. Y'all give me 1 second. I really appreciate y'all being in here. Like I said, this is off the cuff. Yeah, Mona, everybody was live. I think we talked about that. Jason says, I saw the title and was taken aback. Yes. Mona says, sometimes you got to hop on and speak real 100. Appreciate it, sis.
You go, girl.
Jay said you're going to rewind back. Quiet Storm says, at least we got a lot of content to catch on the replay gang. Yes, definitely. Mona says, facts. Man, we was all going. I still got to circle back to Drew. I didn't even realize he was live. Jason says, I need that garage set up. One of my neighbors has one. Huge projector, nice ambiance. It is, especially, and I started hanging out in the garage, Jason, when I'm smoking my cigars, because I was out back a lot because the garage does get hot. But in the evenings, it gets cool. And then one day, so I had bought a projector to put on the projector screen that I had built for my house. Well, yeah, projector screen I had built. I built shit. Hung it on the wall, but the projector I got was too small. It wasn't strong enough to fill up the whole screen and stuff like that, so I got to get a new one. So I took the smaller one and just put it in the garage and just had it hidden the white paint on the garage. It's when it gets pitch black at night, when it's really dark, the moon's out and all that shit, when it's nighttime, it shows great. Y'all can scale back through some of my shorts. I used to do like, oh, this is what's on Garage Theater tonight type of thing. So if you look a little bit, you're going to find it. But y'all can see how clear it shows. So that's what I started doing, Jason. And the other thing was I couldn't smoke out back because it was raining. If it rained, then I was screwed. So I started smoking in the garage until I get my front porch built. I'll keep y'all up to date. Quiet Storm says, my neighbor calls me at work to remind me when Amazon drops off a package. They are dope. My neighbors, we do the same goddamn.
Got it! It's hotter than fish grease.
Quiet Storm also says, this is why you got to do your research, fellas. Flip the money for that background check if you're serious about dating her. save you a lot of time, health, and money later on, and it could potentially save you your fucking freedom. Again, my story is coming in June. I know it's June now, but later on in June. Man. But yes, pay the money for that background check. Ask the tough questions. This is why asking about people's family structure is important. Once again, I just got to point it out. You got a household full of women, no man in the house. Grandmama ain't got no man. Red flag. Mama ain't got no man. Red flag. Now imagine being the young 19 or she's grown. So let's just say a 22, 23-year-old dude start dating a 19-year-old. There's 3 women in the house with 2 older women, no man. You coming in as a young dude, what type of information do you think they're telling that young lady that she don't need to take no shit off that man? Because grandma didn't have a man and mama didn't have a man. And again, the granddaughter's only 19, but still well on their way to probably being 3 generations of women in the house, no man. We're seeing it now. Y'all let me know. It's probably only a matter of time before that girl end up getting pregnant. And again, cycle starts over. But maybe Kofa's full of shit. Maybe I'm crazy as hell. And this is another thing I wanted to point out. The grandmother was 71. The daughter was 44. So grandma didn't have her until she was probably a little bit more mature, especially back then. She was about 30 something, late 20s, early 30s. Mama's 44, daughter's 19. Roughly 24, 25 year age gap. Just throwing that out there. Might be a little bit nitpicky, but I think there's little subtle differences in there, right? From the way mama was raised to the way she probably raised her daughter. Because again, this is a grown-ass woman that just deleted her 71-year-old mom and then convinced her 19-year-old daughter to help her try to get rid of the body. Let me see. Quiet Storm also says, same thing for you ladies. Flip that background check. People are crazy as fuck these days. Yes, definitely. Same things. And let me let y'all understand something. This is a men-centric content. When I'm giving brothers this information, ladies, you need to be able to decipher and understand what's for you as well. If it makes common sense, then use that shit. You need to step up your game on background checks too. Because I'm tired of hearing women say, I didn't know. Because guess what? I got an I didn't know story too. But if that shit would have went left for me, it wouldn't have mattered. I'm moving my screen around. If it would have went left for me, nobody would have cared. I would have just had to hold that L. And it sounds cold-hearted when we talking about women, right? Guess what? It's equally as cold-hearted when it's men. This is another reason why I want to talk about this. Imagine yourself being in the shoes of dating this mother. You get that call, babe, I need you to get over to mama's house real quick. Something happened. Oh, Lord, what happened? Let me go be a alpha male and be there for my lady. Let me go take care of business at home. You get there. Your mother-in-law, for all intents and purposes, is deceased. And your old lady is the culprit. Because usually when women are dibbling, dabbling with cards and flipping money like that, this is why I'm against all that scheming and scamming, ghetto-ass hood nigga shit. The dudes be right there with it. You know your girl can flip and scheme and scam, and you be thinking that shit cool. But I know I'm probably talking to the wrong audience because y'all some solid ass brothers. But y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. But mama done schemed and scammed her own mama with the car. Mama called her, said she was sick of this shit. I'm calling the police this time. Boom, she gone. And it's so fucked up. They did her body so dirty. They can't even tell how she died. That's how bad they did her. That's how bad they chopped up the body. It wasn't a leg here or there. It sounds crazy, but obviously they didn't know what they were doing. They just took a chainsaw to her body. Then probably tried to cut up in little pieces and put her on the grill. Now they gotta wait for DNA to come back to even declare this woman as deceased. Because right now she's just a missing person. Absolutely insane. But this is where we at in society. Mona says, I screamed at Kofa. There's no, excuses, I think, for anyone to not get background. Get them. And I'm going to tell you why I started getting them when I tell my story about my ex. Because it could have went left. Kofa could not be here had I stayed and just been walking around in bliss. Not necessarily bliss, but we gonna make this thing work. This is why I'm not with all that shit. When everybody be talking about the love shit, I'm sorry, maybe I am a little bit jaded. I've come to do some self-reflection and realize probably am. And guess what? I'm okay with that shit. I'm still gonna be all right. I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be a solid ass brother. But the shit I've been through relationship wise that could have went left, that I walked out by the grace of the Most High, and I'm still okay. I'm not trying to put myself back in that situation again. That's why I'm very hesitant about dating single moms. Because again, this could easily be a situation. This could easily be a situation where now the daughter gets pregnant, right? The 19-year-old gets pregnant. Now you're an automatic granddaddy. You didn't sign up for that, brothers. I've said it here before. What I've typically seen is that's the case. The woman's daughters end up getting pregnant early. Now this dude, the automatic granddaddy. Or the woman's son start getting in trouble with the law. Now you got to start shelling out money as an adult male, trying to help out your old lady because she in the house crying, worried about her damn son all the time. You ain't got your dick sucked in 3 weeks because she worried about this little fucker being locked up. God forbid you look at another woman, then all of a sudden she get perked up. Trust me, I don't just be flipping off at the mouth. I'm telling you stories I've seen. So while I've done been through my shit, I know brothers that have been through just as bad, if not worse. Back on the topic. I can only pray for that lady's peace. I don't know what the hell she went through when she perished or was perishing to know that you're about to meet your demise at the hands of your own daughter. You don't know if justice is going to be served, and you for damn sure didn't know that your body was going to be dismembered after you was gone. And I'm really praying, as fucked up as it sounds, y'all, I'm praying that this woman was fully deceased by the time they got ready to dismember her body. I pray to God it wasn't she had a little bit of life left and she could feel shit. That's my prayer. Anyways, almost, let me see. Hold on, let me get over to the comment. I want to make sure I missed something. We almost at an hour. I'm going to give y'all a solid 3 more minutes. But I know this is a fucked up story going into the weekend, man, but I hope y'all still have a good weekend with y'all family. I appreciate everybody being in here rocking with me. I think I'm all caught up on the comments, but yes, definitely Quiet Storm, definitely Mona D. Y'all get those background checks. Mona, please go ahead and drop your link in the chat because I really don't know who's all maybe ghost watching, at least for the replay. Those of y'all out there that'll catch the replay, please go over and follow Mona D. We're trying to get her monetized. We're trying to push this to 1,000. She was a big help for getting me to 1,000 before she even got there. I got a lot of help from Theo Coop, a lot of help from Broken Traditions, a lot of help from Dr. T.S. Johnson, Drew Titan of the Painful Excellence podcast. Y'all brothers helped me out. My games are cut. So I didn't just reach 1,000 subscribers out the blue. And it may seem like something so small and minute to you guys, but I promise you, for us smaller YouTubers that really are making good content, that do have a vision and go in a direction for the future, 1,000 subs means something. So please, Mona, drop your link in the chat or somebody drop it for. Just go and copy paste and just leave it as a comment so somebody can, end up subscribing to her that may see this on the replay. Quiet Storm, I still got to add you, bro. I looked last night. I could not find, I don't know, maybe I'm putting in something wrong, but I could not find your avatar. But y'all see it on the screen. Get monetized. Quiet Storm helped me out. He started a hashtag for me. Get Kofa monetized when it was my turn. So now it's Mona D's turn. Y'all please go subscribe to sis to see this in the on the replay. Reginald Derrico, I appreciate you, brother. Like I said, man, this was off the cuff. This one was straight from the heart. I might start doing a couple of more of these just off the cuff. I said I wasn't going to do it because the other night, I think it was Wednesday, I went live. I kind of felt like I phoned that one in. I really wanted to talk about, digging in a little bit deeper with the whole snake charmer and women using sex as a weapon thing. And I kind of just did it on a whim. I had it in the chamber, but I was still doing research, and then something in me just said, fuck it. So I came up here and did it, but I didn't feel whole, like I nailed something down when I left y'all. And I really don't want to give y'all a bad product like that anymore. So today, again, was on a whim because I knew I could talk about this because of the article itself, and I could just kind of focus and hone in on this. And then I saw all the different pieces, the potentially dating a single mother. What would you do, fellas, in this situation? Trying to set up the daughter. That's just my belief. That's the way I look at my cases sometimes. I have to ask these questions. So did she try to set up the daughter, and daughter came home, and unbeknownst to her, her mama tried to set her up. She's so young and naive, she just helped her mama get rid of her body. Now later on and down the road, another point, now this girl is so traumatized of having done this to her grandmother, having helped her mama, who's now going to be in jail the rest of her life, who's going to be able to successfully date her? That's another thing we got to talk about, right? Women have to understand, and men, you got to understand this too. Just because she's fucked up mentally, that don't mean her pussy don't work. And I don't mean going out there to use it. I mean, she can still get pregnant. Now, whatever that's going on inside of her, mentally, emotionally, she just passed that down to your seed. Please don't start sounding like women on the other side of the screen. Well, I'm going to have an influence over my baby because I'm going to be in her life, and this, that, and the third, and that wouldn't be my child. I just file paperwork. You don't know how that shit going to turn out, bro. I hear so many men in this space arguing about putting their foot down, being alphas, and taking, matters in their own hands and putting a flag in the sand, and ain't nobody going to tell them what they can't do because they a real man and all that shit. Niggas talk that shit all the time, and we see it go completely left when the law involved. Please stop talking like women. That's how women talk. You making up shit in your head. The same delusion we keep talking about women have, a lot of y'all men have. And it's a lot of the men in the red pill space. You making up shit that you think you can control that you fucking can't. Anyway, pivoting back to the daughter, I went on this little side rant. But the daughter, who is she successfully going to date? Because with all that trauma and fucked up shit going on her head, like I said, her body still works. So some young man is going to run up in her, unbeknownst that she's batshit crazy for real, and produce a child. Then the cycle starts back over again. Big reason why I wanted to talk about this. 3 generations of women, and where do we go from here? But a woman just deleted her own mother and had her child help get rid of the body. I don't want to tell y'all to think about that, but think about that. I hope y'all have a blessed and safe weekend. I may see you later on this weekend. I don't know. I'm still chopping up stuff from May. Shout out to Corey Joe. He sent me some more information. Y'all send me things. Please go to my homepage, go to the About section, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM on Facebook or Instagram. My contact information is in there. Shoot me something you want me to review and talk about it. I got y'all. Just give me a minute. Like I said, I'm still recuperating from May. May was 30 days of everyday live. I got a lot of content to chop up. I got a lot of other things to focus on. Y'all go back and share this video. Go back and share the video, the premiere I did earlier where I talked about the Zion situation. I don't know if you noticed on the side of the article I just read about this familial issue of deleting grandma, but on the side it said a third woman has come out accusing Zion of being some type of freaky nasty nigga, and she might be pregnant. So we'll see where that goes. But again, I am your host Kofa. This is Growth Talk Podcast. Kofa is Kofa, not coffee, not Kufu, not Kofi, or any variation thereof. This is Growth Talk Podcast. Growth stands for gentlemen reaching our wealth through healing. I really appreciate everybody being in here tonight. I'll catch y'all on the other side. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As always, you matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace.